What's going on, traders? Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're watching this week and where you think the markets are headed. We're going to break it down in this video, so stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about supply and demand trading. As well, looking at the daily time frame here, we are about to come up to this daily area of demand right here. We have daily supply right up here at about 91.2. So I'd watch out for these zones. I am very bearish on the dollar, and I'm looking to add to my short positions on the dollar. But just keep in mind that we could see some sort of reaction off here, but I do eventually expect this to break. But I would not be surprised if we see something like this and then a push back down. So be very careful of even buying the dollar down here, but also be careful of shorting the US dollar once the DXY contacts this daily area of demand. All right, on to EURUSD. The past week, the banks added 6,000 longs. In the past 3 weeks, they've been adding longs as well, and they actually added some short positions. But ultimately, I think the EURUSD is going to go higher. I have gotten in long from right at this level right here. I mentioned in the last report, I called it out. I said I'm going to buy up here, and then I'm going to average down here. So I'm well into the profit right now with targets exceeding, 1.23 up here. We just need to see this daily area of supply be broken. And real quick, if you want to join the Patreon and get all of my chart analysis and all my zones and all that stuff, check out the Patreon. There's a link in the description. It's basically only $5 CAD per month, and you get all of my charts updated daily. Or you can also join the YouTube membership down below as well, and it gets you the exact same thing, all for $5 CAD. So check it out. We'll be happy to have you. But ultimately, I'm very bullish on the EURUSD because I'm bearish on the dollar. But once this daily area of supply is removed, then I will look to add longs again. But on a couple other pairs, I'm looking to add on to my US dollar short position. But for now, I'm not really liking this Euro chart to buy up here. I'm going to have to start to see some sort of pullback. Ultimately, I would like to have this daily area completely removed like this. And then, we'll have a nice daily area of demand down here to look to go long in with a 1 hour shift. But ultimately, I think there are better pairs to be trading right now. So stay tuned. All right, looking at the Aussie dollar. The past week, the banks got rid of 1,300 longs and they got rid of 4,200 short positions. We had a key area of supply be broken here. So now we have new daily demand being formed down here. It's not demand yet, but ultimately this is one pair that I am looking to get in long as well. So I want to see a nice push up, and then maybe I'll switch to a 4 hour or a 1 hour chart and look to buy pullback. So it would look something like this, where price pushes up here, new demand is formed on a 1 hour time frame, and then I would look to buy that pullback and basically accumulate a larger short position on the dollar by the pairs that I see are better looking. So, as far as my multiple time frame analysis goes on the Aussie dollar, this chart is looking the best to me, or not the best, one of the best. Actually, stay tuned for my gold analysis because that is what I'm looking to actually get in long on Monday or Tuesday whenever it pulls back, and I'll show you that later. But, I don't mind taking a trade in this Aussie dollar right now. I would actually like to see a new high be formed and break this high, but I think, getting in long somewhere around here would be somewhat of a decent idea. And if price does come back to this daily area of demand, I would look for a 1 hour momentum shift as well. All right, on to the British pound. The past week, the banks got rid of 7,600 longs and added 1,700 short positions. And that's as price is right at this daily area of supply. So this is one pair I'm just not interested in trading at all. This supply that's holding is still has not been removed. If we do get that push up here, then we should have new daily demand formed around this level down here. Then we could wait for that pullback down there. Or it's kind of similar to the Aussie dollar chart where we could look for that 1 hour shift of momentum to the upside. But I think that there still are better pairs, and maybe gold is the best option right now in my opinion. So right now, just not trading this pair. I want to see the zone that breaks this kind of like ranging market here, this supply zone, because right now I think a bunch of retail traders are shorting here, and I just want to stay away from that. I talked about how you could get in long down here, and it looked like it barely came down. So that was technically correct. I just never really got that pullback. So now, like I said, just waiting for this daily supply to be removed. All right, on to USDJPY. The past week, the banks got rid of 5,400 longs and they added 1,500 short positions. So technically, I am looking to get in short here. Looking at the daily chart, there's not much for supply and demand going on. We have daily supply up here, daily demand down here. So if we can get in short, you could target this 107 area down here. If you go down to the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour demand zone that has been holding up price right here. So I want to see that be broken before getting in short, because clearly there is a lot of demand down here. So essentially, if price does break this 4-hour demand, you could short some pullbacks to the downside, and then you could be even taking trades on like the 15-minute time frame too. Once we get that downward trend like this on the 4-hour, then 15-minute setups could be okay. And like I said, you could target 107, maybe take profits a little bit earlier. But for me, I'm not super interested in taking any trades in USDJPY right now, just based on this daily chart. But ultimately, I would, if anything, be looking to get in short to continue my US dollar bias. All right, on to USDCAD. The past week, the banks added 7,000 longs, and they actually added 17,000 short positions. We have new daily supply right around here. It's not the greatest supply zone, but it is supply. So if price does come back up to this area, you definitely could look for a 1-hour momentum shift, and I actually will be looking for that 1-hour momentum shift. So right now, I'm actually going to put an alert right at this zone like this. So when price contacts that, I'll be alerted on my phone. I can come over to the computer and look for that shift in momentum like that. And if you don't know what I mean by shift in momentum and confirmation, check out my video, Confirmation Entries 101. It explains exactly what I'm talking about. Going down to the 4-hour as well, this downtrend has continued. So you could be looking for new 1-hour zones. I noticed this zone. I'm very upset I did not take this trade, because that was technically a valid trade, and it looked like it already has given you a 2-to-1. So it looks like, if you take 2-to-1 profits, that was already made. I don't know why. I just didn't think about taking this zone. Kind of a mistake. What I'm also going to be looking for too is going down to a 15-minute chart, looking for a new low like that, maybe find a nice 15-minute supply zone right there, and take a short position on a 15-minute. Just going to have to keep an eye out for the charts next week and see what forms on the lower time frames. But ultimately, this is a good pair to be trading right now if you want to be shorting the US dollar, which in my opinion is the best idea right now. All right, on to USDCHF. The past week, the banks got rid of 1,500 longs, and they got rid of 840 short positions. Looking at the daily time frame here, we have decent distance away from this daily area of demand, and daily supply is up here. If daily supply does come up here, I will definitely be looking for a 1-hour shift in momentum. So I'm actually going to set an alert right as price hits the zone. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we have a downtrend, 1-hour downtrend as well. We have new 1-hour supply right here. This move away just is not great, but ultimately I wouldn't mind taking a short position there. It's not the best trade, but I'm actually going to set an alert here. It could be a candidate to add to my short position on the US dollar. So I definitely will be keeping an eye out for that area, and obviously my targets would be down here at 0.8980. And then I'm not going to be looking to get in long down here, but we'll start to take profits. But ultimately, I think that this zone will break as well. But like I said, just keep an eye out for these setups. And if price ends up rolling over, doesn't come back up to here, and it rolls over, then I might actually switch to a 15-minute time frame and look for new 15-minute supply zones to get in shorts to the downside. All right, on to gold. The past week, the banks got rid of 500 longs and about 600 shorts, so not much data to go off of here. There is new daily demand down here, and daily supply really isn't till a fresh area of supply isn't until up here, so there's a lot of profit margin here. So I am looking to get in long, and this is actually a setup that I am seeing. And don't forget to hit that like button too and subscribe. And like I said, check out the Patreon before. There's a lot of good stuff in there as well. You can get my chart layouts and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm looking to get in long here. if it fails up here in my 1 hour zone, I'm looking to get in long, then I definitely will be looking for a shift in momentum in this daily demand. But the setup that I see is right here on the 1 hour time frame. It's really not an incredible setup, so I'm not going to risk too much, but we have a demand zone right here that I like, and I definitely will be looking to get in long here. So essentially I'm going to have an order here. I'm basically going to place it on Monday probably. I'm going to have a decent stop loss on this one though. I'm going to take off profit at 2 to 1 and probably just get right out of it. But it depends. I'm going to do more multiple time frame analysis and see if it makes sense to actually hold that trade up to the 1900 area, and I think it will be okay to do that. So hopefully I can get in long here. If this 1 hour zone fails, like I said, I will be looking for a shift in momentum at this daily area of demand down here at 1790. All right, on to crude oil. The past week the banks added 8,000 longs and they got rid of 1,900 shorts, which is basically going along with what I believe is going to happen as well. I think this daily demand zone will end up playing out. It's really not a great demand zone, but to me it is. So I am looking for that 1 hour momentum shift in this area. I don't see much going on right now. Essentially what I'm going to be looking for is for this supply to be removed up here. Let me actually draw this out like that. And then what I'm waiting to see is, that break, and then I'll buy the pullback like that to the upside. And I'm basically just going to get out at 2 to 1 just because that's what I'm trying to do these days. Just take my profit early, but I like I said, I will do multiple time frame analysis to see if I can hold it for longer. Maybe I'll take half off and then I'll try to ride it up to my target that I have at $67 up here. So this daily area of demand could definitely hold. I definitely see it holding. If you go to a 4 hour, it's really a sloppy chart, so not much there. But like I said, just keep an eye out for this daily supply level to be removed, and then I think it could be a good candidate to get in long. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching this week's Forex forecast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, if you don't mind. I really appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're looking at this week, and maybe we can get in touch and you can send me a chart and let me know what you're looking at. I always like looking at charts. So with that being said, let's have a great trading week and let's make some money. Cheers.